Do you flush after a glass of wine? Does your heart race for no reason? Do you bloat no matter how clean you eat and then wake up foggy the next morning with no idea why? As a nurse with autoimmune disease who has been through this myself, I'm going to show you the gut immune connection most doctors never check. The mast cell piece that explains why your body is suddenly reacting to everything, and the one shift that can start calming it down. Because this is where so many women with autoimmune disease get dismissed. And I want to change that for you today. If those symptoms feel random, I want you to know something. Your body isn't broken, it's burdened. And there's a pattern underneath all of it that makes complete sense once you understand what's happening. So, by the end of this video, you're going to be asking completely different questions about your symptoms. Most people have heard of histamine in the context of allergies. You take an antihistamine, your runny nose stops, end of story. But that is maybe 5% of what histamine actually does in your body. And focusing only on that is exactly why many women stay stuck. Histamine is a chemical messenger. Your body makes it, stores it, releases it, and is supposed to break it down. It plays a role in immune responses, digestion, your sleep wake cycle, blood vessel dilation, stomach acid production, and brain communication. It's everywhere. When the system works the way it should, histamine does its job and then gets broken down by an enzyme called diamine oxidase, or DAO. You make DAO in the lining of your small intestine. And here's where this gets important. When your gut lining is compromised, DAO production drops. When DAO drops, histamine goes up. Your body can't clear it fast enough. That excess histamine circulates and shows up as symptoms: flushing, itching, heart racing, headaches, bloating, brain fog, anxiety that spikes out of nowhere, hives, runny nose with no cold in sight, feeling like your body is reacting to everything. If that sounds familiar, that's histamine intolerance. And it's a bucket problem. Your bucket is way too full and it's overflowing. And for women with autoimmune disease, that bucket has extra holes in it that nobody warned you about. Now, here's the piece I really want you to sit with, because this is where it gets interesting. Your immune system has specialized cells called mast cells. Think of them as your body's first responders. They're stationed throughout your tissues, especially in your gut, your skin, your lungs, and your brain. When they sense a threat, they release a burst of chemicals. One of those chemicals is histamine. In a healthy immune system, mast cells respond, they release, and then calm down. The threat's gone and the reaction resolves. But in autoimmune disease, the immune system is already dysregulated, already on high alert. And when mast cells are living inside a body where the immune system can't distinguish clearly between a threat and a non threat, they become hyper reactive, overly sensitive, prone to firing when they don't need to. This is called mast cell activation, and it's not a fringe diagnosis anymore. Research is increasingly linking it to conditions like Hashimoto's, lupus, rheumatoid arthritis, and other autoimmune symptoms and diseases. Some researchers believe that mast cell dysregulation may even be one of the mechanisms driving autoimmune flares in the first place. So your mast cells are releasing more histamine than they should. Your DAO enzyme activity is low because your gut lining is struggling. And you might also be eating foods that contain histamine directly. Things like fermented foods, leftovers, wine, aged cheese, and processed meats. Three sources hitting your system at once. Your bucket isn't just full, it's overflowing constantly. I lived with this exact pattern for many years without anyone connecting those dots for me. The flushing after dinner, the heart palpitations out of nowhere, the brain fog that hit like a wave by mid afternoon. I kept being told by my provider that my labs were normal, but they weren't checking the right things. Now, before I walk you through what actually helps, I want to tell you about something that I've personally been using for my gut lining support, because this piece is so foundational to everything that we're about to cover. If your DAO production is low, the starting point is rebuilding your gut environment where DAO is made. I've been using Silver Fern brand's Gastric Rehab kit for this, and it's one of the more thorough approaches that I've come across. What I truly appreciate about Silver Fern's philosophy is that they're not just throwing DAO enzymes at the problem and calling it done. They focus on actually rebuilding the mucosal barrier in the small intestine, clearing out the pathogenic bacteria that tear that barrier down, and restoring the gut environment so your body can start producing adequate DAO again on its own. That is root cause thinking, and it's not a band aid. The link is in the description below if you'd like more information. And as always, it's not a one size fits all. If you have autoimmune conditions, thyroid conditions, gut sensitivity, or you're on medications, please talk with your provider before starting anything new. Here's something that almost never gets talked about in histamine conversations, and it should. Estrogen and histamine have a two-way relationship that creates a vicious cycle in women, especially if you're in perimenopause or menopause. Estrogen stimulates the mast cells to release more histamine. So, when estrogen goes up, histamine tends to go right up with it. But here's the twist. Histamine also stimulates your ovaries to produce more estrogen. So, more estrogen makes more histamine, and more histamine makes more estrogen. So, for women in perimenopause where estrogen is swinging unpredictably, this feels like your symptoms are completely random. You might have a good week and then a terrible one, a calm stretch, and then you're suddenly flushing. Your heart's racing, you've got brain fog and anxiety all in the same afternoon. That's not random. Your hormonal shifts are driving a histamine response that then amplifies itself. And as progesterone drops, which normally has a stabilizing effect on mast cells, those cells become more excitable and release even more histamine. This is why just avoiding high histamine foods only gets women so far. If hormonal instability is driving the mast cell activation, food avoidance alone will never be enough. 70 to 80% of your immune system lives in and around your gut. Gut associated lymphoid tissue called GALT is the single largest immune organ in your body. So, when your gut is inflamed, dysbiotic, or leaky, your immune system is directly affected every single time. When the gut barrier breaks down, fragments of bacteria, undigested proteins, and other compounds start crossing into your bloodstream. Your immune system mounts a response, and that inflammation can show up anywhere in your joints, your thyroid, your skin, and your brain. And remember those mast cells that we talked about? They're densely packed in the gut lining. So, compromised gut lining is not just a digestion problem, it's an immune problem, a mast cell problem, and a histamine problem all at one time. Pathogens like Klebsiella are histamine producers. They sit in your gut and manufacture histamine by themselves. So you can eat as clean as you want and still have chronically elevated histamine because of what is living in your microbiome. I spent several years restricting foods. I took things off my plate. I felt somewhat better and then found something else to react to. My world got smaller and my symptoms didn't resolve. It wasn't until I started dressing my gut environment itself that things finally started shifting for me. Think in patterns. Your body isn't overreacting to random things. It's responding to a pattern of immune dysregulation that starts in your gut. Let me give you the three most important places to start. First, get curious about your DAO activity. A functional medicine provider can test this. And there's also at home gut microbiome options to check for histamine producing bacterial overgrowth. Second, address your mast cell load. Mast cells are triggered by stress, infections, sleep deprivation, and even electromagnetic exposure. Your nervous system state matters here too. A dysregulated nervous system keeps your immune system in a low grade threat state, which means your mast cells stay primed. Breath work, vagal nerve support, and consistent sleep are not optional when you're dealing with histamine issues. Third, and this is the foundation, address your gut lining directly. Until you get your gut barriers strong enough to produce adequate DAO and keep histamine producing pathogens in check, you're managing symptoms, not resolving the root cause. Your body has been trying to tell you something. These symptoms are a message, not a life sentence. My free autoimmune relief and energy workbook is a great place to start mapping your own pattern. It's in the description below and it's completely free. And it was built for exactly this kind of root cause detective work. So, if you've been dealing with mystery symptoms for years and nothing has ever connected these dots for you, I want you to leave with one shift in your thinking. Stop asking what food to avoid next and start asking what's happening in your gut, your immune system, and your hormone picture that's keeping your bucket permanently full. That's a different question and it leads to different answers. And before you go, tell me in the comments which symptom hits closest to home for you. Is it the brain fog, flushing, the heart racing, or the bloating that seems to come out of nowhere? I want to know what your body has been trying to tell you. If this video resonated with you, please like it and share it with another woman who's been told her labs are normal but knows something is still off. That's who this video is for. And if this video helped you connect the dots, please like and subscribe because it really helps more women to find it. Remember, your body isn't broken, it is burden. And when you understand those burdens, you can finally begin supporting your body in the way it's needed all along. Please take care of yourself because you deserve to feel better. And remember, we're all in this together. I'll see you in the next one.